Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Sajid Mahmood. I'm here for a short demo. My today's subject is financial management. Financial management is very important subject, very important paper. It is a skill level paper in ACCA. In financial management, we will discuss certain issues regarding the effective utilization of the resources. Resources, there are two types of resources in the world. The first one is the free resources, and the second one is the economic resources or the scarce resources. Free resources are those resources which are in unlimited supply, which are having a price charged. If I want to use those resources, I have to pay an amount. And third one, there is no opportunity cost. On the contrary, limited resources or the economic resources are those resources which are having limited supply in the world. If I want to acquire those resources, I have to buy those resources, I have to pay an amount. It means those resources are having a price charged. And the third one is, there is an opportunity cost. That means I have different options, different alternatives. I can use those resources in different way. But if I will use those resources in option 1, then I will not be in a position to use the same resources in another option. So the next best alternative may have to be foregone. That will be the opportunity cost as well. So every society in the world have to face this limitation. So far, the financial managers have to decide effectively utilization of the resources. Effective utilization of the resources means maximum benefits can be derived, maximum benefits should be gained from utilization of the least resources. And today my topic is investment appraisal. Investment means a business wants to make an investment. So for that, the business have to use their resources to buy something. So before investment, they want to make a critical decision whether the investment is good or not. So keep in mind this thing. Investment appraisal. Appraisal means critical evaluation. Whether the investment is good, profitable, viable, worthwhile, whether the business should go with the investment, whether the business should not go with the investment. So, we will critically evaluate the investments before making actual investment. Before buying the long-term asset, actually we have to critically evaluate. So there are different appraisal techniques as well. But keep in mind this thing, that only long-term investments are covered here, not the short-term investments. Long-term investments are, what are the long-term investments? So firstly, investment is what? Investment is an outflow of cash flow, is outflow of cash with an intention of inflows. So long-term investment is an investment where the economic benefits or the profits or the returns are expected beyond 1 year. Say the life of the investment is greater than 1 year, say 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. So if I will invest once, I can derive the benefits equal to the life of the asset, that is beyond 1 year. So we will consider only long-term investments here. There are two types of cash flows. Number one, the simple cash flows, and the second one is the discounted cash flows. Before making the appraisal, I want to give you the brief concepts about it. Simple cash flows are those cash flows where no present values calculation is involved. And discounted cash flows are those cash flows which are based on the calculation of the present value as well. In my short demo, I cannot give you a very detailed knowledge about the calculation of the present values as well today, but I will try my level best to give you some effective concepts over here regarding the topic. What is present value? The value of today. The value of today differs from the value of tomorrow. The value of tomorrow is the future value, and the today's value is the present value. Why it is important to consider these two values separately? Keep in mind this thing, that the timing of the cash flows is different in both scenarios, in today and tomorrow. The timing of the cash flow are different. When the timing of the cash flow is different, it means the time value of the money, of the currency will also be different. For example, the $1 of today is worth more as compared to the $1 of tomorrow. It means if I will get the $1 on today, I can utilize, I can invest that cash till tomorrow. I can drive certain other benefits as well, so far. The $1, if received today, will be worth more if it will be received on tomorrow. Because the timing is different, so far the time value is also different. I think you understand it. So in present era, we use the present value concept because we are investing on today. Always we invest before the investment, we invest at the start of the investment and drive the benefits in future. So benefits are given to me in future point of view, in future value point of view, but my investment, my outflow will be in from present value point of view. So how can I compare? Because the timings of both cash flows are different, investment outflow in today and the return, expected profit of tomorrow values. To make a comparison, a matching, I will use the present value concept. I will calculate the present values of all those cash flows which will be derived in future, say after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, after 4 years. It depends upon the life of an asset. So all those cash flows will be given to me in future terms point of view. I will use those cash flows and calculate and convert those cash flows in today's worth, in present value. So far, my outflows and inflows both will be in present terms, so it will be easy to me to make a comparison. What will be the present value of total inflows and what will be the present value of total outflows? As there is a difference, so keep in mind one thing. My outflows I am investing in today. My outflows are in present term, and these are $1,000. I am investing $1,000 in today's value, but my inflows will be in future, and I will calculate the present values, and present values of all those cash flows are 1200 in today's values as well. So there is a difference. The difference is of 200, that is a positive difference. What is this? This is the net present value. Net present value means the net value after making a comparison of all inflows and outflows in present terms. Keep in mind one thing, that today and tomorrow there is a difference, and I will receive, if I will invest an amount in today, a principal amount, I will drive a benefit that will be greater than my deposited amount, and the difference between basically is an interest, and that is a 10%. It is called here in this topic in financial management as a cost of capital. Cost of capital, or return on investment, or you can say return on capital employed as well. If any investment giving me the positive NPV, that means the cost of capital of 10%, the present values are greater than the present values of outflows. It means the investment can drive more benefits as compared to the cost of capital. What I want to tell you, keep in mind one thing, always a decision is based upon a comparison, and that is a cost and benefit analysis comparison. There is a comparison of the cost as well as of the benefits. If the benefits are greater than the cost, then the investment can be say good. Otherwise, the investment may not be an effective investment if the cost of the investment is greater than the benefits as well. So cost benefit analysis is most important. So here, if my investment is giving me the positive NPV at a cost of capital 10%, that means the investment can drive more benefits as compared to the cost of capital. So the investment can earn more as compared to the cost of capital. So I can try another rate, that is 11% after the 10%, and I can see whether still the investment is giving me the positive NPV. If the NPV is still positive, that means the investment is giving you the returns that is greater than the cost of investment, that is the 11%. So long, I want to try to calculate a rate, the maximum rate the investment can give me. So it is the human nature, because the human always wants more and more. So there is a concept of discounted cash flows, and after that there is another concept, is IRR. IRR is the internal rate of return. IRR in fact is the rate at which the NPV of the project becomes zero. There are two definitions of it. The first definition is the IRR is a rate at which the NPV is zero. And the second one is, it is a rate where the present values of all inflows will be exactly equal the present values of all the outflows. Clear? So IRR and NPV, these are the discounted cash flows techniques, methods which are used to appraise the investment. Keep in in mind one another thing. There is a concept and that is an annuity. What is annuity? Annuity means if constant amounts, constant means same amounts, equal amounts, will be received or paid for a definite life. Definite life means a life which is countable. We can count the life, say 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years, 6 year. For example, I am saying that if I will invest £100 in an option, then that investment opportunity will give me $20 every year for a period of 5 years. So every year you will receive $20 in the first year, at the end of the second year, at the end of the third year, at the end of the fourth year, at the end of the fifth year. Every year you are deriving the constant amount of the benefit, constant amount, same amount of the benefits. But the life of those constant benefits are countable, say 5 years. So if the constant value and life is constant, life is definite, that means that is an annuity. And for it, we need to calculate the annuity factor as well. Annuity factor is a factor which is equal to, we can derive it mathematically, 1 minus 1 plus r raised to power n minus n over r. Keep in mind this thing, that there is no need to effectively calculate the annuity factor in an examination, because in an examination there is an annuity table which will be given to you. You can use an exercise directly, you can use those table and take the values of the annuity factors from that table. So no need, it is not compulsory to calculate by your own. But to calculate the present value of the annuity, if I want to calculate the present value of annuity, what I will use, I will multiply the annuity factor with that constant amount that will be received after the end of every year. Then I can calculate the amount of the annuity as well. There are different types of the annuity, that is the annuity in advance, delayed annuity, normal annuity. So these are the terminologies and types of the annuities. So in my brief lecture, I'm just saying you the difference between those all types. The annuity in advance means the first payment of the annuity will be received at the start of every year. That will be called the annuity in advance. Say, every year you will receive $20, but $20 will be received on the first day of every year. Clear? First day of every year. Similarly, the second $20 amount will be received on the initial time of the second year, and the third year, and fourth year, and 5 years. So every year you will receive in advance the amount. That is an annuity in advance. Normal annuity means an annuity where the payment will be received at the end of every year. And similarly, the third type, if an annuity will be received after 1 year, that means the annuity will be started from, say, in second year, from third year, or after 5 years, then after every year you will receive a constant amount for a definite life. That will be a delayed annuity. There is another concept. If the returns will be made in perpetuity. Perpetuity, what is perpetuity? When a constant amount will be received, but that will be received for indefinite life. Indefinite life means infinite, not countable. Say you have an investment opportunity to invest in a business, you will invest once and there is no time framework is given to you that up to 5 years after or every 10 years, up to 10 years you will receive this. No. They are saying you will receive every year $20. But they are not giving you the exact date up to what year or how many years you will receive that amount. It means you will receive it lifetime. So if the constant amount will be received or paid for a lifetime, so that is in fact a perpetuity. And to calculate the present value of the perpetuity, you need just one formula, and that is 1 over R. R is the cost of capital, the rate of return. So you will multiply the amount of the perpetuity with a perpetuity factor, and that is 1 over R. Clear? I am not using the board extensively. The reason behind that in my video, I think it is not actually accurately visible. So I am trying my level best to interpret the basic concepts over here. So annuity, perpetuity, these are the different methods which are used in discounted cash flow techniques point of view. There are some other techniques where only simple cash flows are used, and simple cash flows means no need to calculate the present value, and the methods over there are, that might be number 1, the payback period, the simple payback period. Simple payback period means no need to calculate the present values, just to want to calculate the exact number of life time, how much time is required for an investment to recover its initial investment. If I am investing in an option £100, then I want to calculate a time period by which my initial investment will be recovered. So payback period, in how long in the opportunity of investment will give you will recover your initial investment. There is another technique, and that is accounting rate of return. Accounting rate of return, or the return on investment, where you can use just a formula, and that is accounting rate of return, that is average profit over average investment. Why average profit? Actually, we are considering here the long-term investment. Long-term investments are those investments where the expected profits will be relating to beyond 1 year, say up to 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. And you will consider all those profits and just calculate an average profit. Use just one profit, and that will be the average profit, not a profit of any year, a specific profit. No, you have to consider all those profits. So take an average, and use that average here. And similarly, the average investment. What is the average investment? Average investment in fact is the initial investment plus the scrap value divided by 2. If the examiner gives you, will the examiner if wants that use the average investment methodology and he did not give you the scrap value, so use the scrap value as nil. The formula of average investment will be initial investment plus 0 scrap value divided by 2. That average investment will be used to undertake this. So keep in mind one thing, if accounting rate of return which is calculated of this investment opportunity, if it will be compared with a targeted accounting rate of return, there will be a target in the mind of the business that up to what rate they will accept the investment. They want a return up to what percentage. For example, in their mind there is a target, they want to earn 20% profit, and they will invest that investment in that option if gives to you the 20% profit. So 20% profit is the target. So you will calculate the accounting rate of return, and if the accounting rate of return is 25%, it is accounting rate of return of the investment, it is 25%, and it is greater than the targeted accounting rate of return, that's say 20%. So if the opportunity gives you greater or equal return, greater or equal return, both things are okay, the investment will attract you. You will consider that this investment is good, we should make a decision. So it is very important to consider effectively that whether there is an effective utilization of the resources. For it, you will have to consider different alternative options, different alternative methods, and every method will give you different techniques of making a comparison, of making an appraisal. So it depends upon the business, what type of technique is there, and how the business can evaluate before making an actual investment, whether the business should invest or not. So there are different methods, there are different techniques. Every technique I discuss you briefly, very briefly, not in detailed format because time is too short here. So keep in mind this thing, it is very important element, very important chapter, very important concepts are there. So these are the investment appraisals. So thank you very much. Any question if you have, you can ask too. Thank you.